Previously on Let's Play Steins Gate Zero.
Sob. Sob. Shut up, Kagari.
And now, back to everyone being sad.
Hello, everybody. Pokey here with another episode of Steins Gate Zero. And it feels like it's been ages since I've played this game, probably because it has. But I'm excited to get back into it. The interior of the time machine smelled like metal and was covered in instruments of different sizes. The girl inside was sobbing. So this is a flashback after last one. It'd been almost an hour since Zua had left to go look around. Oh, what the... She'd assumed that Kagari would have stopped crying by then, but she'd had no such luck. How long are you going to keep crying? You need to get it together. Think about how Big Sis Mayu felt. Kagari Shina looked up at Suzua, her face wet with tears. Mommy? So don't cry. It's annoying. Suzua, you're great with kids. But... Suzua walked over to Kagari and knelt down, so they'd be at eye level. She had no intention of spoiling her. Her goal was to save billions of lives, and this was her first mission. Listen, from now on, I'm treating you as a member of Valkyrie. You work for me, and you're not a civilian. This is the year 1975. Nobody we know is alive here. Dad and Big Sis Mayu haven't been born yet. In other words, there's no one to protect us. Okay, Zuzua, I'm blaming you if Kagari has a freak out right now. The only one who can protect you is yourself. Got it? Yeah. Kagari was a brave girl, and she finally realized that now wasn't the time for tears. She tried to stop crying. It wasn't working well, but it was a lot better for her emotions than sobbing. She was a smart girl. Suzua knew that. There's not a lot of time. If someone from this era finds the time machine, it'll cause a big commotion. The machine had landed on the roof of the radio building, which wasn't a spot that people visited often. The chances of anyone finding it were slim. But in this era, they had no one to help them conceal it. That meant they couldn't stay long. She needed to finish her mission quickly and move to the next time period. If something goes wrong, can't we just use the time machine to come back? There's not enough fuel. We can't jump an infinite number of times. If it won't work when it really counts, then this is all for nothing. I see. Can you stand up? Suzua stepped out of the machine and beckoned to Kagari. Oh. Kagari looked surprised. Her eyes were narrowed at the bright sunlight. The sky above Tokyo in this time period was too dirty to be called blue. Smoke and dust clouds filled with who knew what were rising from the rows of smokestacks. It all combined with black exhaust from the cars that scurried along the ground to create a smog so thick you could literally see it. Is there really? Yeah, to me that just looks like regular sky. Oh, well, wait. Maybe there is something? It looks like regular sky to me, I think. Whatever. The sky above the city was covered by a veil of death. But still, it was the first clear sky that Kagari had ever seen. She'd only ever known from books and videos that the sky could be this bright. The nuclear weapons used during the Third World War had changed the weather over Tokyo, and their sky was constantly changing constantly covered in dull gray clouds. The sun's light was always weak when it shone through them, and it was never this bright. When I was a kid, the sky was still like this. I don't remember much, but I remember a little. Suzuha looked up at the sky too. The air is so clean. In 2036, you needed a filter and a mask to go outside for any length of time. Compared to that, 1975 was a lot cleaner. Now you understand why everyone was willing to risk it all to change the world line, right, Kagari? The world lines, history. You can worry about that stuff later. For now, just focus on protecting this sky. What the heck does that mean? Kagari slipped her hand into her pocket and took out the faded green Upa keychain. She stared at it with a sad look on her face. She was probably thinking about Mayuri, her mother. And she was probably trying to understand what it meant that her mother had put her inside the time machine. Suzuha decided that Kagari was alright now and closed the hatch on the time machine from the outside. The lock flipped on automatically. The only person who could open it now was Suzuha, whose biometrics had been loaded into the system ahead of time. Even if someone did find the machine, it would be a while before they found out what it was. Kagari, look at this! What the? Suzuha handed her a printout of a photo. Oh, is that the computer thing? What is this? A retro PC called the IBM 5100. None of the ones in our time still worked, but here we should be able to find a working one. Our first mission is to split up and find it. Split up? What? Split up? There's only 2 of you, and one of you is a child. Yeah. We can communicate with this. Wait, Suzu, are you seriously gonna, try to... What? She handed Kagari a small transceiver. I was told it doesn't have a very long range, so don't expect too much from it. Okie dokie. We'll meet in front of this building every 90 minutes for a status report. Got it? Okie dokie. Good answer. Suzuha nodded and patted Kagari on the head. Ouch. My head. Suzuha's because she's super strong from being in the army, she pats Kagari on the head, but then she hits her a little too hard and Kagari just goes flying down through the floor into the next floor beneath her. Oof. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's get started. Ugh, fade to white. Oh, don't tell. Is she gone? She better not be gone. Suzu was on top of the radio building in 2010 looking down. Oh. Okay. Time skip, I guess. 35 years, huh? That's how long ago it had been in real time since she'd spoken to Kagari here. From her perspective, it had only been a few months. The view from up here had changed a lot since then, and in the next 26 years, it would change even more. She'd seen for herself how this building changed over a span of 61 years. The thought didn't make her feel sentimental. Instead, she felt the loneliness and fear that comes from having a past not shared with anyone else. Using the time machine to change the world lines means breaking the rules of the universe. Rintaro Okabe's words flashed through her mind. Still, lately she'd been thinking more about Kagari. Yet what the heck happened to her? Did she turn into Kurisu? I wonder. She'd been searching the city at regular intervals. She was looking for Kagari. You did lose her! Suzuo, what the heck? She didn't even know if she was in Tokyo. She had no clues. She didn't even know what Kagari looked like now. Wait, what? So, like, you lost her? Okay, so, like, thinking about it more, if Kagari is really, like, Kurisu by some weird, like, time travel shenanigans, then her age wouldn't match up at all, because she's, like, 18 in 2010? I think so. So, that doesn't really make any sense. Right? Where's the backlog? Let's see. 35 years. Yeah, she'd be 35 plus however old she was in that time. Which is a little unbelievable. I don't know. Maybe it's not Kurisu and I'm crazy, but I have a feeling that's where this game is going. Okay, tips. Nico live streaming. Fictional. A live streaming service offered by the major streaming site Nico Nia Video. Bloodtoon. Fictional. An anime called Bloodtoon the Animation. Originally a manga, it was animated last year. The show drew a lot of attention from anime fans, and the main heroine, Saira Orgel, became popular enough to have many figures. Oh. Deja vu, the name of a strange sensation in which you feel that you've been through a situation before, even if you know that you can't possibly have done so. The sensation is strong and realistic enough that it cannot simply be attributed to forgetfulness or imagination. But since you can't remember when or where you experienced it before, it creates a strong feeling of unease. The cause of this sensation is still unknown. One theory says it is the result of an extremely rare but temporary disjunction between the parts of the brain that govern recall and memory. Another theory says that it's the result of a temporary spasm of the hippocampal gyrus. Valkyrie, demigoddesses from Norse mythology. There are many Valkyries, and at least several dozen are given names. They chose who will die on the battlefield and who will be victorious, and they take the souls of those who fought bravely to Valhalla to prepare for the coming Ragnarok. Skuld, one of the three Norns and the goddess of the future, is a Valkyrie. So, in the future, like, is there an army named Valkyries or something? Or maybe, like, Suzu is just being metaphorical when she said that Kagari was a Valkyrie, but I doubt that. IBN 5100. Fictional, IBN's first portable computer, which went on sale in 1975. The design includes an integrated monitor and keyboard, and while it is described as portable, it weighs almost 25 kilograms. In the 2000s, John Titor revealed that there was a special computer language that could only be used on devices of this type, which was not described in the manual. IBM's developers would later admit that he was correct. Alright. So maybe it was a waste of time. Even so, she had to find Kagari herself, but she hadn't had any better luck today. Oh, earlier, Suzu was talking about how she was exhausted looking around, and I was wondering what the heck was she talking about. And at the time, I was kind of thinking maybe she was looking for Yuki, and then Yuki showed up. Not looking for you, I don't know. But now we know that it was Kagari. She turned around and looked toward the time machine. She would come here every day. Her primary reason for coming was to see if her father, Hitaru Ishida, had been here. Anytime she let her guard down, he would come to try and examine it. She told him it would cause a time paradox, but he didn't listen. Of course, you did tell him about his wife, so you're not exactly off the hook there, Suzuha, for time paradoxes. I'm never gonna let that go. She needed to keep constant watch. To be honest, she had a lot of things she had to do. And then she heard the metal door to the roof open. Was it her dad? She squinted into the darkness, but the person she saw was much smaller than Ichiru, and had cat ears coming out of her head. I know that person. Why, hello there, Ferris.
Meow, there you are. Suzu-nyan, good evening.
Wait, Suzu... Did I say that?
Suzu-nyan, good evening.
I feel like I said it right the first time, and then I second-guessed myself, and I just said it wrong.
Oh, it's you, Big Sis Rumi.
Yeah, it's got close to me all of a sudden. Ferris Nyan Nyan had a spring in her step as she approached Suzuha.
Who's Rumi? I'm Ferris, Nya.
Your Big Sis Rumi. Ferris's real name was Rumiho Akiya. Akiya, or however you pronounce that. Cats! Freaking cats are clawing at the chair. Stop it, cats! Okay. She was Daru's friend, and had helped them in many different ways in 2036. So Suzuha had known her ever since she was very young, and had always called her Big Sis Rumi. For whatever reason, in this era, she always wanted to be called Ferris, though. I wonder what changed. Huh? That's kind of her thing. When Suzuha asked her why, she simply responded, "Ferris is Ferris, nya," an answer which meant nothing to Suzuha.
Nobody was in the lab, so I thought you might be here. Guess I was right. Here, I brought you a snack. It's leftovers, though.
Ferris showed her a cake box with the logo from the maid cafe where she worked. Make Queen, Neon squared. I'm glad Dad wasn't at the lab. If he ate something like that at this hour, he'd get even fatter. Suzuha. That is impossible.
It's not for Daru, Nyan. It's for you.
For me? Why?
Nyahaha. You know you love it.
Ferris grinned and nudged Suzuha in the side with her elbow.
I don't. There's an apple tart, a Mont Blanc, and a piece of strawberry shortcake, too.
What, do you not like sweets or something? Or maybe you do like sweets, and you're trying to resist or something, I don't know. I better just play the game.
See, doesn't it look good, Nya?
Ferris opened up the box and showed her what was inside. Suzuha could smell the sweet cream and fruit.
Come on, eat up. Don't worry about a thing, Nya.
Gah!
Open wide, I'll feed it right into your cute little meowth.
What a pun.
I'll put it in the fridge for tomorrow. Nyahaha! You're such a stoic, Suzu Nyan.
Ferris laughed and handed over the box.
They expire tomorrow, so make sure you eat up before they do, Nya.
Could have said that right away.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Ferris gave her a mischievous wink and looked up at the time machine beside them.
How's Daru Nyan's time machine research going?
He's working hard, I guess. Big Sis Rumi, is it okay to leave this machine here? I was gonna say, it's not very protected. Suzuha looked around the roof as she asked. It was solely thanks to Ferris that no one had really noticed the massive object on the roof. She was the heir to a rich family and that had a lot of influence, I forgot about that, in this area, and had contributed a lot to the development of Akihabara. She was helping to hide the time machine.
Yep, I've rented out this whole floor, or roof, I guess. It's fine, Mia. I told the owner that we're developing a VR game. It's not the best excuse in the world, but it works. It's a huge help. Don't worry about it. I'm always ready to help you save the world's elementals from the Byakuya.
Okay. Right. Suzu and I are on the same page here.
Since many years ago, well, I guess many years in the future, I've been wondering, but sometimes what you say is really hard to understand. What language is that? Don't think, Mia. Feel. Feel the power of the dark side. Oh. Mia. Oh, come on. It's so cold. I think I'm going home, Mia.
In the end, she never could get an answer. To Suzuha, Ferris was always a great mystery.
I'll walk you home. Let's go together. Meow? Then you can have dinner at my place too. That wasn't what I meant. You never eat any real food, do Mew? Whenever I see how stoic you are, I always feel like I have to do something, Mia. Like a protective or motherly feeling. It stirs something like that within me. I'm just fine.
Before she finished her sentence, she felt someone looking at her. She glanced around. That's ominous.
Meow? What is it?
She listened carefully. She definitely heard a very faint sound from the direction of the metal door that led to the stairs. It's just gonna end up being Daru, isn't it? I have a feeling. It was small enough that Suzuha was only able to notice it because of her training. Someone's there.
Meow meow?
They probably heard us. Most of the discussion was worthless, but they talked about the time machine a little. If someone heard that... Huh? What? Suzuha yanked her gun out of her jacket and in an instant ran toward the stairs as fast as she could. She heard someone running down the stairs as soon as she did. The sound, heavy military boots in a wide stride, got farther and farther away. Maybe it is somebody. Serious.
They're fast!
She opened up the door and jumped onto the landing. Then she raced down the stairs, skipping 3 steps with every stride. But still, it wasn't fast enough. Suzu was born fast, and she'd been trained to be faster. But it wasn't enough. It's a nice line. She was born fast, and she'd been trained to be faster. When she finally made it to the 2nd floor, she could hear the loud revving of a motorcycle. Oh no! Oh no. She panicked and slipped on an object that had been left halfway up the stairs and rolled her way to the bottom. She managed to get into the right position and protect her head, so it was her hips that struck the ground. Ouch! Ugh! She forced herself to stand up and run outside. She could see the tail lights of a large motorcycle speeding away. The driver was wearing a black helmet and riding suit, and already a good distance away, so she couldn't tell if they were a man or a woman. Is it Moeka? I got the feeling it's a Moeka. And also, this music, it's pretty darn epic. They revved their engine loudly, as if to mock her, and then spun a corner and disappeared onto Center Street. Wow. What a jerk.
Suzu-nyan!
A little later, Ferris caught up.
Are you okay, Nya?
They got away.
You should put that away, Nya.
Oh. She put the gun in her hands back in her jacket holster and brushed away hair that sweat had stuck to her brow.
Who was that, Nya?
I don't know, but they weren't a civilian. They'd been trained.
Trained?
Was there anything on the stairs?
A bag, Nya.
It was right where I couldn't see it. They probably dropped it deliberately. And they revved their engine right when I was coming by it. I fell for it.
You mean it was a trap, Nya?
Only somebody with special training could do that on a moment's notice. No one else could. Yeah, it's probably Moeka. Or, I guess really anyone from CERN. Any rounder, I mean. Suzuha glared in the direction the bike disappeared and started to think. Who was it? CERN? There was an unofficial CERN group, the Rounders, that were searching for IBN 5100s in Akihabara. Rintaro Okabe had told her that, but he'd only encountered them in another world line. I don't know who it was, but it's clear that someone other than us knows about the time machine. Well, that's not good. I mean, like, what are they gonna do? Move the time machine? I mean, it's got a limited amount of fuel, so they can't exactly just make it disappear. Was it that they knew about it, but weren't going to do anything more? Or did they intend to steal the time machine from her? Since she didn't know, she had to assume the worst, or she wouldn't be prepared to deal with it. She looked up to the sky and sighed. It was becoming a bad habit. Hey, Big Sis Rumi, don't tell Uncle Okarin and the others, okay? Why not?
Meow? Why?
If Uncle Okarin knew about this, he might say it was too dangerous and that we had to destroy the time machine, you know?
Yeah, it's true, but...
I'm going to protect the time machine no matter what. I need to take Uncle Okarin to the entrance to Steins. I'll start that over again. I need to take Uncle Okarin to the entrance to Steins Gate. That was a promise I made to my dad, and to all the people who sent me here.
Suzu-nyan.
Alright, Nya. In exchange, just make sure you tell Daru-nyan.
Okie dokie.
I swear, I think I would have remembered. I don't know. Maybe that's just something she said in the previous game. The last part was almost a whisper as her words melted into Akihabara's sky. How poetic. Oh, and now we're Maho again. But you know what, guys? As much as I really love to get into Maho's storyline, I really miss her. I think I'm gonna have to end this episode of Steins Gate Zero here. So, thank you so much for watching. This episode was pretty cool. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!